Alright, I don't want to hear any more crying about Wiggly Woggly. I got my new gimbal. Things are going to work out better. I'm helping a buddy do a brake job on a Chevy 1.5 ton truck. And here are the wheel cylinders for the starboard side. Okay? And these are original repair kits for the wheel cylinders. Look at that. Wagner Lockheed. Never been opened. Oh my. This one is still sealed with the cellophane tape. Supco wheel cylinder repair kit. So we're going to open those right now. And okay, so looks like my gimbal was freaking out just a bit for a moment. Okay, first up, let's take a look inside the Wagner Lockheed box for the front wheel cylinder. Oh man, excellent. So there are two brass cups. Those go on the inside. Oh. Here are the little rubber cups, a brand new spring, and brand new aluminum cups, expansion cups. So we'll set those over next to the front. I want to keep this box. That box is bitching. Look at that. December 1966 is when that was packaged. I may have a little trouble getting this one open, but I'm going to give it a shot. Alright, let's take a look at the rear. We're going to open it from the bottom so it's preserved this cellophane tape on the top. Oh, bitchin'. Okay, so I can put that box back together. Yeah, these are good shelf items to have. They may be empty, but I know where to buy more of these. So it looks like jeez, come on, get out of there. There we go. Looks like they gave me 2 springs. Two 1.5 inch cups. Uh-oh. And then 2 aluminum push cups. Now, I had this apart over at my buddy's house, but they're pretty darn rusty. Not too bad. Doesn't smell too bad. So I gotta get these out of here. Just trying to adjust a bit more. Oh, there we go. Yeah, perfect. Okay, I have a new camera coming too. So I gotta figure out. Yeah. All right, now let's get a little bit of heat going away from the new parts. Yeah, I got some bubbles going on right in there. That's good. Okay, so mallet. What do I want to use for drift? Probably a socket. Be right back. Hey June. Awesome, thank you. Nice. Have a nice day. Damn it. Oh. Mail lady says I got two packages in the mailbox. Okay, so I'm gonna use a socket. Just need to get these things moving. There we go. That's the start of it. Almost, not yet. There, it moved. All right. I've done these so many times. All I got to do is just get things broken free and they come apart. We'll go down the other side. See, and they just keep trading. I just keep going back and forth, breaking loose, breaking all the old brake fluid free, which kind of just turns the goo. Yeah, did you see how easily that one sunk down? I'm winning on this one. Excellent. Look at that. See, it's come. There it is. Did you see that? Oh, that was awesome. That's. Oh, here it comes. Boing. Look at that. It's a shorter spring. Okay, I'm going to dump that crap out into my trash. Oh, excellent. This is going to come out fine. Sorry for the pounding, but that's part of doing wheel cylinders. Now, we don't care about these old cups, these old rubber cups that are in here. Let's see, I'm gonna dry one off and see if it's scored. Well, I don't believe this. Okay. It's not too bad. It's not too bad on this edge here. Usually there's scores and that will cause brake fluid to leak out. These aren't too bad, but we have brand new ones, so we're going to use those and not the old ones. There it is. Now, I could reuse these aluminum push cups, but there just isn't any sense. Oh, look at that in there. It says, I don't know if you guys can see that. It says Wagner Lockheed on the inside. How bitchin' is that? So we're going to set those aside. And then what we do here, I have a 3-finger stone for honing cylinders. This will go down inside. I'll chuck it up in one of my drill motors and hone out the inside. But for now, I gotta clean this up, and that's boring, so we're not gonna watch that. Be back in a minute. Oop, here we go. All right. This may be a little bit important to see here. These are the adjusters that go on the outside. And what happens is they're a pretty loose fit, but rust and brake fluid and all that cause these things to get stuck. I've already polished all the rust off with my wire wheel on the grinder. I can do the same thing on the inside here in a minute. But, ouch. That sucker's hot. Alright. So you can see this thing's smoking just a bit. They're pretty tough to get moving. And I don't want to grab that adjusting cup with my bare hand, or I'll wind up like that frickin' Nazi in Indiana Jones that grabbed the medallion. Remember? It was in the fire, he grabbed it and it burned. And he just started screaming anyway. Let's see if you can see that. Yep, you can. Alright. We need to get a lot of heat on this thing. Hopefully without setting the damn towel on fire. To get my vice grips and my channel locks. And then all I gotta do, oh, look at that, yay! See that? Get that moving. Who saw Creepshow? The old, back in like 1982. Creepshow. Stephen King. The Luck of Jordy Verrill. Gotta cool some bitch off. Remember the meteorite hits the ground. It's all hot, and he goes, oh, it burns his hand. Then he goes and gets a bucket of water. Whoosh, cools it off. Okay. We're making good headway here. And I just realized in the past I used a drill motor. You can't see it right now, but right behind you is a drill press. So this is going to get chucked up into the drill press. That way I can move the stones up and down inside the cylinder with better accuracy. But right now I'm going to get this sucker apart, and then we'll watch assembly after I get everything cleaned up. That'll go quick. All right, thanks. All right. So this one's been fighting me a little bit. This one was really rusty. Kind of like really hard to deal with. So I have my 2-jaw puller in there, and I got a nut down inside the wheel cylinder, and I'm just going to push everything out the other side with my impact. Here we go. Success. I'm liking that. Gonna continue forward. Boing. I never thought of doing that before in the past that way, but it works really, really well. I just got to bump what's left out. Maybe I'll just these aluminum cups, like I said, I can clean them and keep them for spares. There, okay. Yeah, they're full of rust. Nasty brake fluid. The spring is all rusty. We can see that. But on a prelim inspection, the inside of the wheel cylinder doesn't look to be all that bad. So, a little bit of cleanup. Next part of the video, I don't want to touch the camera with oily fingers. So the next part of the video is going to be honing and then assembly. Be right back. All right, time to hone the cylinder. I've moved the bench to the side so I can rest my left hand on it and move the cylinder up and down as, let me see if it's, yep, as the cylinder's being polished. We're going at a slow speed. I'm going to use quite a little bit of WD-40 as a good lubricant. And here we go. Feels very smooth inside there. This is just a polish. This is not going to be anything to really open the cylinder up too far. Otherwise, the cups won't make contact with the inside of the cylinder. It's going to take a little while to get all that rust out of there, but it'll clean up. It's not a bad wheel cylinder. So we'll just keep going. So this little thumb turn here tightens the spring, which causes the fingers to want to spread out. Puts a little bit more of a hard bite on the cylinder. Okay, I think we got it. Yep. Let me just wipe this off on the inside and we're going to take a look. Oh, that's nice. That's coming out very well. We can see how shiny it is inside. That's what we want. The cup is only going to move outwards maybe 1/8 of an inch at tops when the brakes are correctly adjusted. So we don't have to hone all the way through. So there's like the space in the middle, which is about from here to there, about 1 inch of space in the middle. Only holds the spring and the brake fluid. Let's do a little bit more on this side. end, I should say, this top end. Wow, this is so much more delightful than trying to do this by hand. Alright, I'm liking that. Now, these wheel cylinders are available. They're like $65 each. And it's, I guess, 6 of one, half a dozen the other. Which one you want? A brand new wheel cylinder, or to repurpose one? And it's okay. Repurposing is good. Alright, so let's take a look at the rear wheel cylinder. A lot of gook in there. A lot of crap. I'm wondering, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to use this wire wheel, or wire end brush first, to kind of clean up the inside, and then we'll hone it. That way I don't wind up killing those stones. Alright. That's a good decision there. Let's see how we're doing here. Yep, that cleaned it really well. Okay. Look at that already. Yup. All right, now the hone. Go. That cleaned up real well. I'm going to hit the other side. This looks good. Just need to wipe it out. Right. Now, off camera, I'm going to throw a micrometer in here. And this shouldn't take more than a few thousandths off the inside. Maybe 1 or 2 at best. This end still is pretty dirty. Much better. All right. Okay. I have some other cleaning to do. The end caps, and be back. All right, so here's the the adjuster cap for the rear wheel cylinder. I've already cleaned the adjuster after I lubricate the threads. They'll turn just fine. Yeah, so I'm going to clean the inside here. I have to change the belt to the high speed. Ow. That's good. It doesn't have to be perfect because of the fit. When I put everything back together, I'll be using some white lithium grease on the outside. The truck is going to Montana, so you know, the white lithium grease won't get inside the wheel cylinder. It'll stay outside, and it'll just help keep things clean. So that's it for that. Okay, assembly time. One of the first things I did was I'm going to go ahead and replace the lock washers. There were only 3, and they've seen better days. You can see that they're flat, they're no longer twisted, so bye-bye. Everything's clean. Everything's been blown out. We're going to start with the let me zoom in a bit. Okay, so we're going to start with the front. In this cup I have a little bit of Dot 4 synthetic brake fluid. It's important that you do not use anything other than brake fluid to assemble any of these parts. No oil, no WD-40. Gotta use brake fluid. Anything else, you're risking deterioration of the cups. Okay, so it is a little tricky to do. This cup goes in one side heel first, and I barely, wow, that's a great fit. I mic'd these and I maybe took 0.003 of an inch off. And they feel unbelievable inside the cylinders. So I'm going to get some brake fluid on my finger and go on a little bit more than that. So I'm just going to coat the inside, and I'll install one cup at one end. Then I'm going to stack these from one side. I did that too quick. We can see how this rubber cup has a flare at the top near my thumb. The 2 flat sides need to go against each other that way. And then this little brass cup fits in here to help support the spring. Just like that. So, cup 1. Rubber cup next. Wow, that is such a good fit. Brass cup, spring. Brass cup. Now this time, the flare goes down. Just like that. Yeah. It's been a couple years since I put one of these back together. So I'm going to interrupt and do some prep work here. A little bit of white lithium grease. And on the threads of the adjuster, that's good. I've had wheel cylinders that have had threads that are a lot more rough than this. rust out of the threads there. So I'm going to pop that in there like that and set everything down just for a moment so I can do the other one. That's good. Oh, that's the end. Yep. Yeah, look how nice and clean that came out in there. Nice. Very pleased. Okay. So what we don't want to do, we don't want to put the bleeder valve back into the cylinder just yet, otherwise we'll have a ton of pressure and we won't be able to get this closed. So again, cripes. Yep. Yeah. Oh man, that's great. Very good. Nice, tight. Alright, something I learned a long time ago, because these things will let go, even though they are tight. I learned to get a piece of wire, and a pair of pliers, and just bind them up like that. Cut the ends off. Now we're safe. I don't have to worry about that thing coming apart. Now we can put the bleeder back in place. Yep. Should have kept my wrench. Dang it. Be right back. Alright, sorry about that. 3/8 of an inch. Now when I'm putting these things back together, there isn't any need to Gorilla Tight any of this crap back together, because it's got to come apart. So unfortunately one of the ears was gone, but we're okay still. And there's the front. I'm gonna drop just a bit down in there. that's where the wow, that works well. Yeah, that's a good idea. This hole here is where the flexible rubber hose goes in. All right, so there's the front. Now we're going to do the rear. I don't want to pick up the other cups because they're really nasty. But I'm barely putting any pressure on these, and we can see how supple this rubber is. Let me look on the box here. I don't see a date. This was the box for the rear. But that, you know, that box is super old, so they gotta be at least 30, no, more than that, 50 years old. So again, coating the inside of the wheel cylinder with brake fluid. That's starting to beat up in there, which means there's oil still. I'm just going to wipe that out. Alright, let's try that again. Yep, that's better. Okay, let's see. New cup. Piston, I should say. Wow, that's... yeah, that's still excellent fit. And it's just gonna slide back and forth. Okay, so we got the piston at one end, and now flare side up. Oh, that fits great. I heard a lot of air fighting to get out. That's another good sign. Spring. This kit didn't have the those brass washers, and I haven't seen many that have had them. Look at that. Oh man. Yep. Perfect. Alright, so I cleaned the inside of these two. Cripes. There we go. The white lithium grease will also help lubricate this area out here and prevent it from rusting. Oh, that's awesome. That works perfectly. Oh, I got it. Nice. Sometimes when threads go together and they get married from the factory, they don't want to go anywhere else but home. So I tried this adjuster in this adjusting wheel, and the threads wouldn't mate. So that tells you they want to be where they were. So I'll just line up the adjusters, grab my bail wire, bleeder, back in, original bolt. This has an EA on the head. In World War II, after Willis Overland was at capacity in producing the quarter-ton Jeep, Ford was invited to help fulfill the contract. And good old Henry Ford, being a good socialist communist he was, wanted some way to tell his parts away from old man Willis. And yeah, I am saying it right. Look it up on Wikipedia. That's how his name is pronounced, not Willie's. I had to get corrected. Anyway, so what Ford did was, on the head of every bolt on all of the Ford GPWs is a head stamp with a script F. And that's how you tell. That's how you tell a Ford Jeep from a Willis Overland MB. Okay, so that's it. Wheel cylinders are happy. They're back together. I gotta tighten that a little bit more. Danny's gonna be happy. I'm happy. And we're done. Thanks for watching this video.